Stay out of our business, Danielle Smith with Donald J. Trump. This is for Alberta Independence, Assembly of First Nation Chiefs, Alberta Statehood Movement. I could actually go on and on. I could do Quebec. I could go through that as well. Canada, the 51st state, and Donald J. Trump. Via any of these narratives that Donald J. Trump and the Republicans want to support is none of the Premier's business or that filthy bastard, Prime Minister Mark Carney. Danielle Smith is an enemy of all Albertans, another scumbag, maybe even the worst scumbag we've ever had, because she's a liar, a bull-faced liar. Now, she stands on a pulpit today preaching. Politico just published it. Donald Trump, stay out of our politics. Stay out of what the province is going to do. It's none of your business. That's where you're wrong, you stupid bitch, Danielle Smith. You're wrong. And that other loser, your boyfriend, Mark Carney, that you're lockstep with. You're a liberal in disguise, the worst kind of liar there is in politics. I've known since day one. I've known that bitch for a long time. I saw her in the floor crossing. I've watched her radically go ape shit in a forum full of Wild Rose loyal members where she went right off the wall. No, we're going back to the crown, my power. And that's what she is. No different than that sycophant, that degenerate loser, Mark Carney, that freak. These pieces of shit, everybody, these evil doers who mean all Albertans, all Canadians harm. Doesn't matter which political party you as a Canadian subscribe to. These filthy, low-life degenerate scumbags, wrapped in the worst sins imaginable out of the Bible that they endorse, full tilt, because they believe that that Bible's just a book, that they're the holy ones. That's the truth. And if Canadians haven't figured it out, you've been brainwashed. You've been processed in a very old cult system spanning thousands of years. Everything the Bible talks about in New Testament, the power and passion of Jesus Christ and what he tried to impart on humanity, is everything they're not. They're not. They lie to you in the name of it, but they are not. And I'm going to tell you all right now, I am helping First Nations right across Canada, giving them all the tools they need to go to Donald J. Trump, the GOP, the Trump administration, and they can actually expand all the northern states. There's many ways to destroy this rot, this swamp called Canada. I pursue them all. My best case scenario, the thing that I know would be the best for all Canadians, all First Peoples, is Canada, the 51st state. And I believe if we can get that done in the next 2 to 3 years and force this country onto that path, we're going to make it. But if the crowd is going to be elbows up and these rotten, thieving, nefarious, satanic demons on earth, your premiers, all of them, all political parties, your prime minister, all political parties on the federal level, all of these people live and are defined in a superiority of fascism, the textbook absolute definition of fascism, where they utilize great socialism that feeds their wealth accumulation, all at your expense. Socialist and fascist. I'm educating all the First Nations. There's another way to destroy the crown, to destroy the provinces, which means destroying the premiers, those political party swamps, and the Indians in Canada, First Peoples, can do it. They can get President Trump to destroy every US-UK treaty, meaning unilaterally he can rip it up. And if you don't believe it, Canada in 1952 to 1956 scrubbed one of the oldest absolute USA-UK treaties unilaterally against UK and United States, called the Jay Treaty, which is all the First Peoples land in Canada. Yeah, the federal government with all the First Ministers, your premiers of every province and territory at the time, signed off to scrap that treaty so that no Americans could ever have any of those lands, and establish American Indian citizens, as well as all First Peoples in Canada, would be restricted to less than 0.332% of Canada forevermore. You get nothing. It's called Crown land. It's the Crown's, not yours. They did it unilaterally. The Prime Minister ripped that up and imposed that for over the last 75 years. That's been the truth of Canada. Now, folks, Alberta independence, will they become a nation with the Donald J. Trump narrative? No. Will they be able to expand all the resources out to BC? No. They'll be a landlocked, unrecognized nation, meaning they don't get landlocked nation status. They'll go bankrupt, and they'll be begging the USA to bail them out. I know that. I will champion Donald J. Trump. I will champion the Alberta Prosperity Project and Dennis Modry. I will help that along, because that will destroy Canada fast, which means when I say that, I don't mean you, the Canadian people. The government's already destroying you. I mean destroying the political party system by destroying the provinces and territories as we know them in the rulers with rulers boundaries. We can get that done too that way. That will force Canada the 51st state in rapid succession. Now, I could go on and on. I can help Quebec do the same thing and end up the same way as Alberta's going to be in that narrative. Either way we slice this, it will only promote and strengthen Canada the 51st state. I'm up to here with Mark Carney and Premier Danielle Smith. Just got smashed with a massive bill, which I've been getting smashed with all week. Health, education of my children, because apparently I was stupid enough to get into long-term savings plans in this corrupt system. If today, at the state, my mental state right now, and what I've went through in the last now 4th day, tomorrow it's going to be epic. It's probably going to wipe me out. And then there's all the spoiled ballot fines I face too in prosecution, which is exactly what the government wants to do. Universal health care for your kids, but only if you pay, Dave. Education for your kids and higher learning, but first you gotta pay, Dave. Everything we told you was a lie. You were one of those idiots who fell for the Crown system. A saver, a stupid idiot. Well, you paid today, Dave. This is the new Canada. This is the rotten Canada. If Mark Carney or Danielle Smith happened to come across me doing some political rally and came up upon me and asked me for a donation, I would strike them in the face so hard. Them or any politician, honestly, at this point in Canada, I would strike any of them so hard in the face their ancestors would bleed. I would leave them literally smashed beyond all recognition. That's where I am today. That's how much love of Canada, the province of Alberta, or any other filthy fucking province in Canada or territory. They're all scumbags. It's all designed for you'll own nothing and be happy. You work hard, you pay more. People who are on drugs, welfare, have all these problems they've self-created, they get paid by all the working class. And the politicians get rich in that system. That's Canada. That is why we need the USA, now more than ever. And it's so important for every Canadian to share that. Canada is evil. Canada is rotten. All provinces, all territories, all federal overlap. This system is broken. It's always been broken, but it's on a magnitude of always going up on that extreme curve, meaning sharper as the years go by. They're taking more and more, and the Canadian working people have less and less. You're a monumental unemployment rates. Your media's telling you they've nulled all immigration. Well, that's a lie. We know it to be 1 million this year. It didn't go down at all. It's a lie. It's a lie. Like everything out of all their mouths. And if you think Danielle Smith isn't participating in the largest capacity of any politician in Canada, you're wrong. She is. We have provincial immigration too. And with net migration, Alberta is the worst immigration to province in all of Canada. It's why USA is expanding ICE all along the Montana border to Alberta at an epic rate in the United States today. Massive facilities. If you're a dumb fuck Albertan, go down south, cross the border, go look for yourself. Not on the Canadian side, all on the American side. They're buying out farmland, they're doubling roads, they're building massive facilities, massive ICE facilities. For who? You, Alberta, the number one source of that scumbag immigration to the United States. You've overtaken BC. Yeah, you're officially now, as of 48 hours ago, the worst in Canada. And you also have an epically high unemployment rate. People are messaging me who work in Alberta, Dave, can we get a program to go to the States? Are you kidding? I would have been gone months ago, years ago. This country's gone. It's diseased. And these filthy, inhumane Satanists are running amok. This is all provincial parties, all territorial parties, and absolute every federal party in Canada. They're one and the same. If you're a Canadian who doesn't know this, you should be praying for Donald J. Trump. You should be praying for Canada, the 51st state. And I don't care what mode or means are achieved to get there. I'll help Alberta independence. I'll help the First Nations for state expansion over all these Canadian territories through scrapping of treaties. I'll pursue Canada, the 51st state, to the day I die. Because there's no reason to live anymore. There's no future for a working Canadian. There really isn't. And if I could, I would kill every politician in Canada. I would. If that was legal, I would. And if it didn't mean my life being over and my kids being put into destitution, I would. Today, as of today, with this kind of shit, and over, I am at that point. I would. And I make this video. I don't care. It's the truth. And there's a hell of a lot of Canadians who agree with me, and a hell of a lot of people who, oh, well, just gotta work harder, figure something else out. I guess that was a stupid plan over the last 20 years. Man, it's stupid thinking ahead. Man, it's stupid being a part of Canada, being responsible, working for a living. Because that's the worst kind of person you can be in Canada today, is a working class Canadian. You are a cuck and a fucking fool. A cuck and a fucking fool. And if anybody deserves Canada, the 51st state, it's all of those folks that are smart enough to know what these piece of shits are doing to all of us. That's my video, and my rant and my truth. And you should share. I'm getting liquidated at an incredible rate day after day from every angle, all on the welfare of my children at every single stage, education, health. And I suspect I'm going to be prosecuted very soon. I think these things are all one part and parcel. And I know of thousands of other families out there. I know there's a tremendous amount of you who are going through it too. But you're the working minority in this country, and nobody gives a shit. Just get another job. Just get more loans. Just go bankrupt again. Just start over. Who cares? How old are you? What do you mean you own nothing? What's wrong with you? What do you work for? Stupid. To be a drug addict like every other loser. The working people pay for it anyway. And that's how it works. I hate this country. I hate my province. I hate them all. I do. I hate being here. I want out. I would leave to the U.S. tomorrow. If there was a viable route, I would be gone tomorrow, and I'd be more than happy living out my life there. So all you dumb fuck Canadians who sit there, go to the States if you like it so much. I would love to go. Your filthy fucking crown traps me here as a slave since the end of NAFTA. That's what the government did. And all the premiers in their stupid first minister's meeting knew damn well, and they were the ones championing it. Yeah. Trap them. Make them work. That's called slavery. People really deserve to die. That's the truth. These are not human beings. These are nefarious, satanic pieces of shit who are this close with a lot of people out there, I'm sure. This close to losing it, losing their lives. And then there's going to come a reckoning day. And I laugh. When the majority, I do laugh. When the majority is in a worse state than me, coming very shortly, I would think within a year. And when you're in that state where nothing you can do matters, no matter how hard you work, if there's even work available for you, we'll see. They take everything from you and they laugh. We'll see when the people rise up. That is the only way, and Donald J. Trump's right. And I will help him on every single narrative, any fathomable narrative from any peoples, separatists, First Nations, statehood folks. I will push it all. Again, the best and most viable solution is Canada, the 51st state. Donald J. Trump, the genius businessman, knows that to be true. We all know that to be true. But of these others, I'll help their narratives too, because all roads lead to Canada, the 51st state. God bless everybody. That's my video. Please share. I tagged those pieces of shit, and I hope I'm told on. I don't give a fuck, because I've had enough of this system. I'm really over the top. Enough. Work for literally nothing. It's all a lie. It's only getting worse. That's my video. Bye now.